Hi guys, we are going to do this tag right here. This is a skull tag that I did with a frame. This one is a wooden frame. I already did a tutorial, but now I lost it, so I have to do another one. So this is the second one that I did. The first one that I did was this one. This is a Michael's frame that I purchased for $1. Now they're gone up. They're about $1.50 in their bins. So you see it's a little bit cracked and everything, so I just ripped the back off, pasted it, and used Tim Holtz stamps. This is one of the tags that Tim Holtz is doing right now. Is 12 tags of 2012. This is the September tag, actually the August tag that I did, interpreted it into more of a Halloween style. So I did two, and this frame right here is a wooden frame, and you could find it at Michael's. And they have them in the Christmas section. And all I did was just stain it with the dabber, the pitch black dabber, and it came out like this. But this time around, we are going to be using another frame from Michael's. And we're just going to do just rip the back and place it and just leave the plastic, because I think it just adds a little extra oomph on it. So let's get started. The first few things you're going to need are the Tim Holtz Distress inks. I'm using Black Suit, and I'm also using Vintage Photo. And we're also going to use Alcover ink, and this is jet black. Of course, a blender, ink blender. We're also going to use, I love purple, so we are going to use this time around is Forever Mist Violet. You can see it there. And I'm going to use Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive. These right here are wood shaving flowers, and my sorority sister Micah actually sent me a few that she used for her wedding, and they're just very lovely. This one was yellow, and I just inked it with dilution ink, the purple one, and I think it's cute. We are also going to use a regular manila tag and Tim Holtz alteration, and this one has a circle in the middle, which is free, so we could stamp something in the middle there. We're also going to use a leaf and branch movers and shaker. And for the bottom, we're going to use on the edge, and I used the bigger one on it. I'm also using the craft core. It's just the perfect size for me. It's small. I hate it when I just use something, a big piece of paper for one little thing, and then I have that big scrap of paper. This is just keeps my scrap small. And we're also using Tim Holtz new line of stamps. Now I love Halloween stamps, so I've tried to collect all of them for Tim Holtz. This is last year's line right here. In this year's line, it's coming up. This one right here, I have the mini set that brings the small skull, which is what I have here, which I'm going to use. And I just think it's super, super cute. So I just keep them all bundled up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is just get them on a tag. I already embossed it and cut the bottom of it off. So that's ready to go. Now you're going to go ahead and take your blending tool, and I'm going to take Black Suit first and just start blending. And I'm going to try to leave the center untouched, because that's where we're going to put our stamp. And I don't want it to get muddied up, so I want it to show up quite clear. Alright, so once you've gotten it to the perfect way that you want, we are going to go ahead and use vintage photo on top of it. You want to be careful so you don't get all muddied up while you're doing this. So I'm just going to grab my blending tool again and just lightly put it here and there what I wanted to show. And there we go. I just think it adds a little vintage look to it. Alright, okay. So once that is done, we are going to go ahead and add the stamp. So I'm going to take my archival ink and dab my stamp. I know most people don't like doing it this way, but it worked for me, and I think it works just the same. But let's see. We're just going to put it center it as much as I can. Press down. There you go. Perfect. Now we're going to take our vintage photo and we are going to lightly try to go on the edges. We're going to try not to go into the stamp. Like that. There we go. So I'm going to add a little bit more black soot on the edges. That's what I like about embossing, because you could like really make certain places pop. So we're going to do that. Just fill that with the middle. Okay, so that's done. So now we are going to take our photo that we got from Michael's. We're just going to rip the back and leave the plastic. Make sure it's all cleared. You see right there, I already put ink in there. Just wipe it off. Alright, so now we're just going to make sure where we want it. That looks pretty good to me. So now we're going to go ahead and grab this Scotch adhesive. This is going to take a little while to dry, so you can always play around with it if you want to change it. You just won't be able to move the tag around that much. So now we're going to try to put it back where we had it. And there you go. That looks pretty good. Press down. Now we're going to just leave it to dry. Now we're going to go ahead and take our pre-cut leaves that I've made already and branches. If I could find where I put them, that would be nice. Aha! I'm that awesome. I've always put something somewhere and I forget where I put it and then I can't find them. Don't you ever, that ever happens to you guys? I just hate it. I always gotta ask my husband where I put my cell phone because I never find it. Okay. Oh, they were in my seat. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna grab it and fold it down the middle. Now I have an old credit card here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and try to make a crease on there, like that. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna do that again. Once we're done with these, one more. I had 3, but I only see 2. Oh, there's a third one on the floor, of course. And we're just going to do it like that again. Oopsie. Perfect. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and take vintage photo. And what I like to do is just scrape it on the pad to add that little vintage look on it. There we go. You want them to look a little bit dark because it is a tag for Halloween. Sorry, my voice keeps coming and going. Alright, so I'm going to do that to all of them. There we go. Now the branches since they're brown, I'm going to use black soot on them. And just again grab them and just put them on the pad. Now if you don't want to do this, you could go ahead and use your blender tool to do this. I really don't care if I get them all over my fingers or anything, so I've always got ink on my fingers no matter what. Alright, so that one's good. Next one. Now for this part you could use the whole branch, or you could just cut pieces of the branch and use it on the decoration for your flowers. So, alright, there we go. So, once that's done, you want to go ahead and use your ribbon first because you're going to be moving the tag around. So, the ribbon that I use, let me get it. So that's the only thing that I didn't take out. So I'm awesome that way. Alright, this ribbon I purchased from Pick Your Plum, and it was from last year, and it was ordered, and it says happy freaking Halloween on it, and it has our family last name, Crane, on it. And I purchased it for my little one's birthday party last year, which I'm making little goodie bags for everybody, because my little one's birthday is right around Halloween, and I had extra left over, so I could put it on my tag and just it's almost completely dried. There we go. Put it through the tag so when I place the flowers I don't move everything around like crazy. There. So there's the ribbon. So now we are going to go ahead and glue on these. So the first thing you'll want to do first before then, you always gotta do I always forget to do stuff. Alright, so it's to use Perfect Pearl Mist Forever Violet. Now you always want to shake them before you use them because everything comes to the very end. I bet you guys know that already. Also, if you didn't know, if the nozzle doesn't work anymore and you have a lot of ink, if you contact Ranger, they will swap them out for you. But I think that's really, really cool of them. So go ahead and spray your flower on. So I love purple, so I wanted to try it with the purple. There. Alright, so that's sprayed. Now, I'm going to take and put them to the side so I could wipe this down. So I don't want to get all over my tag. Wipe it down. Alright, so that's there. Now you take your glue and put a big little thing. I know they say a little bit goes a long way, but when it comes to these flowers, because they're made out of wood, a good amount is always good. There we go. Now you want to take your branches, put a little bit in the back, a little bit in the front, and just put them wherever you think looks nice. I think that looks pretty good there. Again, take the leaf over the front, a little bit in the back. There you go. You do the same with this one. And your tag is almost completely done. I think that's awesome. So this is what you do. And the finished product is this beautiful tag you have here that's drying off. And you go do this one, which I think is awesome.